Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, D's World, and today we're back with another informative video. So today I'm going to talk about, it's already in the title, so I'm going to talk about how to get dealer's license in Massachusetts. I'm too close. But yeah, how to get dealer's license in Massachusetts. It's going to be a step-by-step process. I'm going to tell you what I went through, the things I did, everything so you can know how to get your dealer's license. So, first and foremost, first thing you have to do when you're trying to apply for the dealer's license. Oh, I just got my dealer plates, by the way. But anyway, I don't know if I'm gonna put that in this video, how to get dealer plates, or just make it two separate videos. I don't know. Depends on how long this video takes. But anyway, without further ado, so how to get dealer license. First, this is straight from the registry. I'm not gonna read it with everything, but it's the RMV, how you got it. This is Massachusetts, by the way. This is for Massachusetts. I think a lot of places are very similar, but it's gonna be a little bit of changes. So the first thing you have to do, you have to secure an office or a place to conduct business. You don't need a garage. You don't need a big building. You don't need a 4 acres of land. You don't need any of that. You need a place to conduct business, the brick and mortar building, and you need parking. So the fastest and easiest way to get a dealer license in Massachusetts is to have a little office, like I have here, have a small office, and just have designated parking area for your vehicles. So that'll be the quickest way. You don't have to have a mechanic. You don't have to have a mechanic on site, I should say, and you don't have to have like garage bays or anything. So first thing I did, I got the office. When I got the office, the second thing I did was after you get the office, you get the lease or whatever. You have to get the lease because you have to bring the lease to the town hall. So now the first step is you have to go to the town hall. And when you go to the town hall, they're gonna give you an application. You're gonna have to the application is gonna have a checklist on the application. So you're gonna go down the checklist. You're gonna have to see a few people before you get the operation going. So now that you have your application, it's gonna have the checklist and you have like a few other things you have to do. You have to have a bond. That's the first thing. Okay, let me start the first thing. First thing you have to do is get the bond. After you get the application, you're gonna get the bond for $50,000. It doesn't cost $50,000, but it's a bond for $50,000. You need to have that as a dealer in Massachusetts. Second thing you have to do when you get the application, you have to have the zoning commissioner come down. You have to call them. You have to have the zoning commission approve the area where you're using for commercial. It has to be a commercial property. So you have the office. It has to have designated parking area, and it has to be on commercial property. So now, once you have it on commercial property, depending on your town and your area, they might say you have to have the fire come down. The fire piece have to come down, check the sprinklers, make sure everything in your places where you have to have a fire exit, and you have to have designated parking. I think they said a handicap too. Yeah, because it's a commercial, so you have to have the handicap too. But this is all should be in most buildings you use, office space buildings, so that's not really a concern. Like I didn't have to worry about all that. And then so you're gonna have the few people come down. It's gonna check everything. It's gonna be whatever your town. It's gonna vary from town to town because I applied in two different towns and it was slightly different the process. Some I had to physically go down to the town hall. Then I had to make an appointment with the zoning, and then I had to make an appointment. I had to bring in for the other town. I had to bring in actually a drawn out physical thing of the property. I don't know what it's called. Assessment? I think it's called an assessment. You have to have the assessment of the property that you're actually using. This town I did it. It was fairly easier because they didn't ask me for that. But the other town asked me for the assessment. They wanted me to draw out the parking, draw the lines. It was a nightmare, as you can imagine. Like this one was very easier. So I didn't have to do like the assessment of the property and all that. I didn't have to draw the lines. But once the zoning came in, the zoning saw like, okay, this and this and this. I have a fenced off um, area, so it was not really that hard to do because it was a fenced off area. It has the lines, the parking, so I had to just say all the cars is gonna be in here. Well, 5, 6, 7 spaces. Okay, all the cars are gonna be in here. So now, after you do this, after the fire come down, the town hall is gonna approve the paperwork. Once they approve the paperwork, again, depending on your town hall, you might have to go to a town hall meeting. If I'm not mistaken, I had to go to one. It was just to say that you opening a business in this such town, and then things like that. Also, I had to send out mail to the surrounding businesses in my area. Like, I don't know how far they want to say, but I had to send out a piece of paper, but the town hall gave it to me. I had to send out the paperwork for the surrounding businesses saying that I'm opening a dealership in the area, which is, they provided it, so it wasn't up. I just had to mail it out and get the receipt that says, oh, I got the mail back. Sorry, I keep looking down because I'm looking at this. I'm trying to keep my eyes, because anytime I make a video, my eyes are not looking at the camera, but I have to know I have to keep looking right there, so and make it seem like I'm looking straight. But if I look straight, it'll be like I'm looking like this if I look at the camera. So I'll be looking down when I'm really supposed to be looking down right here. But anyway, after you go to the town hall, you get all the checklists done and all the paperwork done. You mail out the mail they give you, not the mail, just a paper they give you. You mail it out to the surrounding businesses in the area. Let them know, yeah, there's gonna be a new dealership in the town. Blah blah blah. It's a simple process. I went to the meeting. The meeting took like 5 minutes. It's a big town meeting. When they called my name in my business, they said, "Oh, in favor," and then just said, "Hey," and then, "Congratulations, you're approved." So now that you're approved and everything, well, that's the process of how you get the dealership. And then you go to the auctions with the certificate. You go to the auctions with the certificate, and then you apply, and then you'll have access to buying cars and stuff like that. Also, as soon as after you get the approval, as soon as after you get your approval, you want to call the state of Massachusetts Department of Revenue, so you could get the sales registration certificate, which is this thing right here. So you want to get that, so that way you could start selling cars and making taxes. I just want to do a recap because I feel like I'm making the video, I'm like, that's it? Is that all the process I did to get a dealership? Like, it feels a little light. Like, let me just recap everything, make sure I got everything. First thing, you secure the property. Make sure it's commercial. Make sure you have designated property. Your office has to be a certain size. I don't quote me on the square footage, but it has to be a decent space where you and people can conduct business. I have a little office space. You can't tell how big it is, but you know it's big enough where like 4 or 5 people, 6 people could be in here at the same time. Probably 10 people. But you know, I just needed for 2 people to sit here. I got a desk. But anyway, it has to be a good office size. You go to the application, you get the application, and once you get in the application, you go through all the checklists. First thing first, you get the bond. You call your insurance company, you tell them you need a bond. The bond doesn't cost that much. I think I paid $100 or $50 for the bond. So after you get the bond, you get the zoning to come down. They give you an appointment. Once the zoning person comes down, you tell him what it is, blah, blah, blah. Me, I was lucky. They had the zoning person, the fire person, and the state trooper come down all at the same time. They all, I don't know, they coordinated. They all met each other here. So the fire, the zoning, and the state trooper, they all came down. I told them everything. I didn't have to talk much. They looked at the office space. They said, okay, it's big enough to conduct business. They checked the fenced off area where the cars is. Self-explanatory because that's where the cars is, and it's gated, so it's private access and it's my access. So I just have to put a little sign in the outside of it so they know it's all mine, and I'm not sharing the spot with anybody. So that was the easy. Then after you do that, I feel like there's another step because it wasn't that easy. Yeah, and then you mail out the papers to the surrounding businesses, and then you go to the town hall meeting. Well, I don't know why I think it was like more difficult than that, but hey, I guess that's the video. Then that's the process of getting the dealer's license, and then they're gonna charge you a fee when you get the It says $80. So to get the certificate from I'm not gonna take it down from the wall because it's stuck there. I don't know how by the little sticky glues. I wish I could show y'all, but it's stuck there by some tape and it never fell yet. So I'm not gonna mess with it. So yeah, that's the process. I might as well just put how to get the dealer plate in this video too. No, I'll save it for another video. So yeah, that's the video. That's how to get a dealer license in Massachusetts, step-by-step process. I hope you like the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks a lot. I'm out.